Good morning and happy Valentine's Day to you all. I'm ACD and this is ACD Camping, the home of woodland shenanigans on a shoestring budget. I'm at Hainworth Wood today. I will be over the weekend. Just give you a little bit of a view around. I've got my breakfast on at the moment. As soon as I've had it, which is a Wayfarer veggie breakfast, I'll take you for a little bit of a stroll around. It's a beautiful place this. It's just up from Ingro train station. I'll leave a link in the comment to the website if you're interested in coming to it. It's £5 a night and it's so tranquil. Great place to recharge your batteries. Right, I'm going to get my breakfast going and I'll be right back with you. Ciao for now. And I'm back. I'm finally getting a chance to use the Timu stick stove and I'm using a Dutch Army canteen cup. To get the fire started this morning, I used the Vaseline and cotton wool discs that have been dipped in wax. You simply cut them open, fluff up the cotton wool, put it in the stick stove, then using your ignition source, you light this, add some tissue, then the sticks, and you get a really good fire. They've got a burn time of about 7 or 8 minutes. You get a much longer burn if you use cotton wool balls, but I thought I only had access to discs at the time, so there we go. So a little bit about campfire safety. When you're building one, you want to be at least 15 feet away from your tent. That way no flames or sparks can inadvertently hit it. This campsite had a pre-existing campfire that was partially dismantled. I'm currently in the process of rebuilding this, but if you're building one from scratch, you want to start by digging a little divot and then building the stone circle around it. Then in the centre of where you're going to put the fire, you want to start with your kindling, which is the small thin sticks, then your tinder, which is slightly larger sticks. Get that going, and then slowly over the course of the day and the night throw larger sticks. And as you can see here, there's a part of a pallet here, another bit there, some large branches, and then over the course of the evening you keep that going and hopefully you'll stay warm. It's going to get quite chilly tonight, so I'm possibly going to have to build quite a big fire to keep warm and keep myself active as well. You want to try and make your fire ring at least 6 inches high and the divot that you're going to dig at least 3 to 4 inches deep. You can then fill and create a base from which to lay your tinder and kindling on, using dried leaves and acting as the same way that charcloth would. If there's any already burnt wood, try using that as well. Build up from there and see how it goes. Keep your eyes on it at all times, constant monitoring, never leave it unattended, and then it should start to grow nicely. The drier the wood is, the easier it is to get the fire going. The only alteration I've done to the tent is to add a loop at each corner. I've done this using a fisherman's knot, and then it's affixed to the ground with the tent peg. fold up piece of tin foil makes a great impromptu Brillo pad. Now, as this channel is directed at people who are on a tight budget, what I like to do is I like to raid charity shops, discount stores, that kind of thing, and sometimes you can find something that's quite unique. And I think I found something in this jacket, to be brutally honest. It's quite an interesting history, to say. Call it a jacket, but what it's really known as is a smock. And I'd like to give you a bit of history now. This item of clothing dates back to World War II. In its original design, it was produced by a manufacturer called Valentines. It was designed to be put over the wearer's head to cover the battle dress of parachutists. The term smock relates to the large garments worn by pregnant women to hide their bulge. This term has stuck in the armed forces when describing this garment. On the second-hand market, there is three main types available. The S95 or Soldier 95, made from ripstop material without a hood. The S2000, similar in design to the S95, but made from a non-ripstop material. The SAS S2000 with a wired hood. Originally, they were issued in a 4-pocket over-the-head sand colour, but as World War II progressed, white and disruptive patterns were eventually issued. Over the following years, a few additional smocks were introduced, including ones that could be worn in Arctic conditions with a cowl flap to keep snow off the wearer's face. As soldiers at the time were spending their own cash on kit, the MOD decided to issue all troops with hooded smocks. Back to 1942 though, the windproof smock and matching green trousers, a khaki coloured jersey made from wool, and an A-frame Bergen were issued to 52 Lowland, whose role in 1942 had been changed to the Mountain Warfare Division, ready to potentially invade Norway. The design of these items were heavily influenced by the Free Norwegian Army. The name Bergen is taken from the Norwegian town where the A-frame originated. 52 Lowland eventually became part of 1 and 6 Airborne and the Polish Paras. The smock, in many colours and patterns, had seen service as far as the Ardennes and the Ardennes. In 1960, when the SAS took up base in Hereford, they attended a mounted warfare school in Bavaria, and taking inspiration from their counterparts in the Gebersjäger, zips were added to their smocks and a quick dry material was used in their manufacture. It was replaced in 1977 when disruptive pattern material was introduced. A little bit of research suggests that this smock that I am wearing is a precursor between the 1977 DPM introduction and the S95. The identifying number 8415-99-130-5882 suggests that it was issued in or around 1985. If there's anyone out there that can confirm or give me any more information, I'm more than appreciated about that. Thank you very much. There's also two numbers separated by a dash, and that's the sizing. The British military use NATO sizing, so it's in centimetres. This smock is size 170-96, which would, according to NATO, suit someone approximately 5'7". I'm approximately 5'10", and it's pretty much perfect fit for me. The chest size is 38 inches, my waist is 34. So apart from a bit of middle-aged spread, there's plenty of room to breathe in here. The layout of the smock is pretty simple. There's 4 deep pockets at the front, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. There's Velcro cuff adjustments, 4 buttons over a zip in the centre of the jacket, as you saw earlier. Internally, it has fasteners to accommodate either a liner or uses a large rear kangaroo type pouch pocket. And directly behind both breast pockets is another large pocket. There's also one on the sleeve just there. At the centre point and bottom of the smock is a drawstring type mechanism where you can adjust it to for the weather. So if you want it really close to you, you just simply tie these 2 pieces of cordage together and Bob's your uncle. It's also a good way of keeping warm and extra comfort. As this is potentially celebrating its 40th birthday this year, and the fact that I bought it in a charity shop, it has got a few little bits of TLC that I need to look at when I get back home. The overall cost of this smock was £12. One of the drawbacks of going to bargain stores though is sometimes the quality of the products is not very good. Take for instance this folding shovel. It lasted a whole of 10 minutes before the plastic grommet that holds it all in place shot off into several pieces. So it's going to start getting dark soon, so it's time to get into the tent. I'll let you know how the sleeping bag and roll mat do overnight, and I'll also give you a little guided tour in the morning of my tent. I may post again later showing you what it's like in the pitch black, see how the weather is. Catch you a bit. So it's got potential to be quite cold tonight, so just to be on the safe side, I'm putting a few hot hands in with me in my sleeping bag. If you're out camping with friends or in a permissive environment such as a music festival, tie some glow sticks or chem lights onto your guard lines. That way people can see them in the night and not trip over them. Just going to make myself another hot chocolate and then get in my tent and edit and upload this video. Should be with you shortly. See you soon. Cheers and see you in the morning. Cheers and I'll see you in the morning.